Welcome everybody, it's Mr. B here with my guide to surviving the first 7 days in the forest, and we're currently on day 5. In front of us we have our 7-day survival goals. Now at the moment we don't have plenty of food and water. We have plenty of food, we don't have plenty of water. The water collectors are there for us, but it's not rain, so we haven't collected any water. We do have plenty of soda, but we don't want to drink that because it does put weight on us. Now we don't yet have a good strong defensive settlement. We will have at the end of this day, as today we will be completing the defensive walls round about our settlement. We don't have the ability just now to defend ourselves properly and absorb attacks. We've only got basic lizard armour and we don't have decent weapons we can actually defend ourselves with. We haven't yet explored the surrounding area completely. We will be doing that. We're not prepared yet to explore the island because of we're not able to defend ourselves or absorb attacks, and we don't have plenty of water we can take with us. And finally, we don't have somewhere to call home just yet. Today's goals are here in front of us. Now they're very straightforward. We only have 2, and it should be no problem completing them. What we want to do is complete the reinforcement of the defensive walls that we've been doing for the last couple of days. So we built them, reinforced them, and today we're going to complete that reinforcement. Secondly, we want to also complete the lookout tower. At the moment, it's just a platform with a rope. We want to put fences up there to stop us falling off, but we also want to give ourselves some space that we can jump onto the roof of the plane and have a quick getaway should we need to for whatever reason. So let's go over the general survival tips for the forest. Now we need to look after our health. Something I don't do often enough is consult the survival book and check out my stats in there. Make sure our weight was between 200 and 205 pounds. That's our goal for that. Make sure that your sanity, your athleticism and your strength are at acceptable numbers, and make sure that you don't need aloe to heal. And that brings us on to healing yourself regularly. Make sure you've got meds on you, whether that be meds from the plane or meds that you find about or meds that you've crafted with herbs. Make sure you've always got maximum health, because when you come into contact with cannibals, it can be too late to start suddenly healing yourself. Healing takes a bit of time to happen. It doesn't happen immediately. Now kill animals whenever you can, because we need their skins and we need their meat in order to continue to survive. So that's very important. Gather sticks, stones and herbs whenever you can as well. Sticks are the most important resource in the forest. You need them for many, many things. Herbs, obviously, as we've just discussed, are good for your health and your energy. Collect resources whenever you can, whether that's alcohol, watches, coins, whatever it is you have lying about. Make sure that you can collect as much of them as you can. Always listen, especially when you're making noise, because the cannibals tend to come up behind you. They will tend to laugh or make other types of noises, so make sure you're always listening, particularly when chopping trees, because that is a lot of noise that you're making. And always don't go hungry and don't go thirsty, particularly before you go to bed at night. Very important, don't go to bed on an empty stomach, whether that's food or water. So let's get on with our day 5 survival of the forest. Now we're needing food, we need liquid, should be water but we don't have any unfortunately, so let's get some food. Let's gather some sodas and drink one of them, and there we go, we've got food and water, we're at our maximum. Any food that you have on you, make sure that you actually put that on your drying racks. That'll take a bit of time to dry out and be edible. Of course, you can also cook food on a fire, so you can eat it immediately. Saves you waiting a couple of days for it to dry. Now today we're going to be gathering a lot of rocks to try and complete the defensive walls round about our settlement. They need a lot of rocks and a lot of sticks. Time to get the old glitched log sled there. That was nice, standing on the top of the walls. We can only gather 5 rocks at a time at the moment. We don't have a rock bag, but in order to put them in the sled, open the inventory, select the rock and put it in. Now, in later patches in the game, you don't actually have to go into your inventory and grab the rock. Oh, meat. Even get this deer. Man, that is such a bad throw. Oh, the deer's not moved. Let's see if we can get it again. Come on. Oh, yes! Deer, we get 4 bits of generic meat from a deer, and obviously we get the deer skin as well. Ah, we've got too much meat in our inventory. That's why we dropped that bit. The green parts are spoilt meat. Best to get rid of them. You can eat them, but they don't make you very well. So let's just keep the good stuff, the good red stuff. Good meat. You put your meat on the drying rack, it doesn't go green. It's just because we've held that in our inventory for so long, it's become spoiled. Now, today's game day will be mainly finishing the defensive walls. So lots of rocks and lots of stick gathering. But we do have a little surprise later on. Keep tuned, as they say, and you will see it. Remember, hold the rock, you can put it in the basket. In later patches, that's changed. You'll be able to use the R key from 0.68 onwards. Oh, we've found some marigolds. See, when you find herbs in the forest, you'll generally find them together. So you might, occasionally, you will find a herb on its own. But generally, you'll find a herb. And then roundabout, you'll find the same herb. So we've found marigolds here. We've found, what's that, 3 now? 4. There's aloe. Always good to have. More marigold. Aloe's good for healing. Marigold can be used to make meds if you mix it with aloe, or you can get stronger meds called Meds Plus if you mix it with aloe and cornflower. And you can also make orange paint from marigold if you mix it with tree sap. Very useful. All the herbs, really useful. If you see herbs anywhere in the forest, pick them up if you can. And if you've got a lot of herbs on you, store them in cupboards. At your settlement, at your base, wherever, so that you can always have plenty in your inventory and plenty to back you up. We're just going to finish this particular part of the wall there. That's about half of that wall done. Let's go and gather more rocks. And sticks. Rocks and sticks, man. Rocks and sticks. Do you notice we're staying round about the base all the time just now? Until we get these defensive walls built, we really don't want to sort of stray too far away from it. Main reason for that is if we get attacked by cannibals and they... Oh, there's a log. I must have missed that log. Previous game day. Did we get the fit? Yes, we did. Previous game day, we chopped some logs down and I must have missed that one. As I was saying, we stray too far, we're going to probably encounter the cannibals, and if we bring them back to our base, it's not really strong enough to defend against them. So we want to make it strong as we possibly can before we start to sort of spread our wings. Oh, and talk of the devil, there's cannibals right there. Right, try and get this log. Get a log. There we go. Avoid them. At the beginning of the game, having said that we don't want to stray too far away and bring them back... Oh, I'm running low on energy. Having said that we don't want to stray too far and bring them back to our base, in case they attack it, they kind of are very wary of you at the start of the game. Although you can hear the punch in the walls. I think they've left. Get some food, get some water. Let's go and have a look and see if they're around. Very carefully. Always shut the door behind us. We don't want to trap one of them inside with us. Don't see any. Which is a good thing. I think they've gone. Ah, lizard. Mobile armor. Lizards are great at the beginning of the game for armor. It's not great armor, lizard armor, but it's better than nothing. Wabbit. Let's keep this rabbit and put it in our cages. That one there. No. Yeah, that one there had the least in it. Let's go and have a look at the top of this tower now. See if we can see the cannibal. Nothing. So I want to complete this tower. I want to put a fence around it because it will be in the heat of battle when we're trying to defend our walls. We fall straight off this tower. So we create that gap there. We can actually leap onto the top of the plane. It gives us a good getaway so we can just run straight down the back of it. That helps us get to the rope. Gets us up and down better. And means we can jump down. You can get to the rope even if you've got fences around it. But it just gives us a gap we can actually jump onto the ground from. Let's fill up this rock holder as well. Get rid of all these rocks out the basket. And I want to build a skin rack, because we're starting to get more skins from deer and lizards, etc. We're not using them, we want to keep them. But we need sticks, and we need to be careful, because it's night time. This is when the cannibals come out. But again, we're near the start of the game, so I'm not expecting to see too many cannibals. But if we do encounter them, we are not prepared enough to tackle them. Don't have a lot of armour, or decent armour, and we don't have decent weapons to tackle them with. I know some people will disagree and say taking on the cannibals this early in the game is very easy. And that is the case. If you've been playing the game for a while, you know how the cannibals react. You know how to dodge their attacks and their jumps, etc. But if you're very new to this game, it's very, very different. The cannibals are unknown. You're not sure how to tackle them. And bear in mind, we only have lizard armor. A couple of punches and that is gone. So we have to be careful, particularly if we're new to the game. Now, in all this excitement of seeing the cannibals, I forgot to say that we've actually completed the defensive walls of our settlement. That's them done. So we have strong defensive walls now. Now this is the end of the game day, so let's go and have a look and see how much of our goals we've achieved. So here are our goals for day 5. Now we have completed the reinforcement of the defensive walls. And we have completed the lookout tower. We completed the fences round about the top of it. So both of those goals are complete. So that brings to an end our 5th day of surviving in the forest. If you liked this video, please click the like button. This encourages me to produce more content for everybody to enjoy. If you subscribe to the channel on YouTube or follow me on Twitter, you'll get notifications when I'm next streaming or release a video. Thank you for watching the video today. Your support for the channel is very much appreciated. And as always, enjoy the forest and be careful out there.